Advent Day 7, Messiah, the legend of the flying snakes. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, yet once a little while, and I will shake the heavens and the earth, the sea and the dry land, and I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come. The Lord whom ye seek shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in. Behold, he shall come, saith the Lord of hosts. That's based on Haggai chapter 2 verses 6 and 7 and Malachi 3 verse 1. Ubah the mysterious, the magnificent and ancient Arabian city has been almost forgotten for thousands of years. It has vanished under the shifting desert sands. This city, that once was a fabulously wealthy trading centre, became only a legend told by camel drivers whispering beside their nighttime campfires. Long ago, the whole world knew of Ubah. Caravan routes from many lands met at her doors. The world came to Ubah because of its trees. Trees that produced the rare and costly spice called frankincense or olibanum. 400 years before Christ was born, a Greek writer named Herodotus told this strange story about the frankincense tree. Arabia is the only country that produces frankincense. The trees which bear the frankincense are guarded by winged serpents, small in size and of varied colours, whereas of vast numbers hang about on every tree. Perhaps it was the rulers of ancient Ubah who started the flying snake story to scare robbers who might want to steal frankincense. A pound of it was worth as much as gold in those times. People in Egypt, Africa, Arabia, Palestine, as well, used it as a perfume or medicine, or burned it to produce a sweet, heavy smell during religious ceremonies. As a medicine, frankincense was rumoured to smooth wrinkles, soothe the muscles, cure toothaches and stop bleeding, and help just about any ailment that needed curing. Some of its benefits may have been real. Modern science has discovered that frankincense has aspirin-like qualities, but it was more than its curative powers that made frankincense so treasured by the ancients. The smell of its burning covered the odours of death and decay and dirt. The sweet perfume of smoking frankincense was valued by many different societies for use in their sacred rituals. The small, crooked gum tree that produces frankincense grew in only a few places. Scientists call it Boswellia sacra. The rulers who owned the trees were very careful about how the frankincense was collected. The harvesters had to belong to official families who were considered better than ordinary people. At the shipping centres, security was tight. Sometimes workers had to wear specially marked clothing. The clothing was taken off and checked at the end of the day to make sure that no stolen frankincense was hidden inside. Then and now, harvesters collected frankincense by peeling back the bark from the tree and cutting a deep slice into the tree trunk. Herodotus said that the gatherers first had to use smoke to drive away the snakes. A milk-like sap oozes from the cut. After a few months, the drippings harden into teardrop-sized pieces of yellowish frankincense. The purest and most valuable chunks appear only after several cuttings. They are near the cut and almost white. In fact, the Hebrew word for frankincense means white. Piece of it burned within white fire. In Old French, it was called franc incense, superior incense. Long before Jesus was born in Bethlehem, God told the Jewish people to burn frankincense in his tabernacle. It was one of 4 ingredients in a fragrant incense that was dedicated to God, set apart for use only in worship. Anyone who used the holy incense for his or her own enjoyment was to be cut off from the rest of the community. Consider it holy to the Lord, God told them in Exodus 30 and 37. Frankincense was a sign and a reminder to everyone that God is holy. The wise men who followed the star to find baby Jesus gave him frankincense as a gift. Their costly offering reminds us that Jesus is the mighty, holy God. He is pure and bright, set apart from us and above us. Today's reading tells us that one day the Lord God will come again to his temple and to the world. As the smell of incense once filled the ancient tabernacle, the glory of God's presence will one day fill the world. He is called the desire of all nations and the messenger of the covenant. These are titles for Messiah, the Holy One of Israel. His presence will shake the nations and bring joy to his people. Once he came to earth as a baby, today he can come to live in people's hearts. And one day, Jesus will come again in all his holiness and with power and glory to shake up the whole world.